Welcome back to the channel. Coming back at you again with another collection video. This one I've been wanting to do for a while, and actually this is really the only planned collection video I had originally when when I started filming these collection videos again. Don't worry guys, got plenty more to come. I enjoy making these types of videos. It's kind of I'm coming full circle with the channel by doing these videos because this is how I got started. I started doing like back when I didn't have a lot of CDs and movies and vinyl records, I would show those collections, and it didn't take long. So anyways, this is my clone console collection here. It's very small and I don't really have plans to expand upon it, only if something new comes out and it's by this company. I'm going to show the boxes first because they're pretty cool and high quality. Kind of a rubbery feel. This is the analog Super NT. This is the high-end Super Nintendo clone console by Analog. I think these guys are in Seattle or something like that. I forget. But yeah, cool box, and you have the American Super Nintendo colors on the sticker there. It tells you what comes with it. You know, you get your HDMI cable, Super Turrican 2 game built in, HDMI cable. I only use the really the power cable and the USB cable. That's really it, or the little power brick or plug. The HDMI cable I use one, and it's an old Philips cable that has been very reliable for me. Nice rubbery box though, high quality stuff. You have a tray in there and all the goodies at the bottom of the box. And here's the game system itself. Came in different colors: a transparent version, a ghost white version that was limited to I think 1,000, maybe 10,000. And I almost jumped on it. I said, no, I really don't need two of these unless this thing breaks. But you have your original Super Nintendo and Super Famicom controller ports here, cartridge slot, power and reset button. And this is not a review of this thing, but these are great systems. USB slot there, and I do have dedicated SD cards for these things because you can only have, you know, the BIOS on here, you know, updates and stuff for the system, which I need to look into, see if there's any new updates, and I have updated these both of these systems about they're definitely not on their current update as far as I know. I'm just guessing. There's the power input and HDMI. Analog did recently come out with a device. I think it's a DAC or DAX or whatever. You can use that device, and it's under $100 at this time in making this video. You can use it with this system and the Mega SG to send the make the signal back to Analog and use this system and the Mega SG on a tube TV, which is great. I think you can do that with the NT, and the NT, by the time I got around to buying clone consoles similar to this, I ordered this, then I looked into getting the NT, or pre-ordered this actually, or just ordered it on Analog's website. Anyways, looked at the NT on eBay and Amazon, and they were selling for astronomical prices, $500, $1,000. I said, well, that's too much. I don't want to spend that much on a system that plays NES games because I really don't have a lot of them. So, and I have a solution for that I'll show. But yeah, great clone of the Super Nintendo. You can also play Super Famicom games on the Super NT, which is great, and I do own some Super Famicom games. That's the only way I can play them at this time. I don't have a Japanese system. It's faint, but the Analog logo is stamped into the box. They make it more it's more noticeable on here. It probably won't pick it up on the camera. It barely does from what I can see in my viewfinder. But this is the Analog Mega SG. This is the Japanese color edition. You got your blue and white. Once again, rubbery box. Comes with a built-in game, and that is... you know, it's funny, it doesn't say it on here. That's funny. But it does come with ultra core built in, so you can play your Genesis games, Mega Drive games, and also it comes with a Master System adapter that the Analog actually made, and that's pretty cool, as well as a slip mat for Sega CD, so you can use your Sega CD with this system as well, and it only works with Model 1, I think, Sega CD. So that's pretty cool. Comes with all the same cables as the, what you call it, as the Super NT. Same HDMI cable, same power cable, same power adapter on there. They both run at the same voltage, so if you lose one of the power cables, you can use another one that came with your Super NT or whatever, whichever one you lost. They're both the same. And I worried about that and actually kept them both separate from one another in a closet, in my gaming closet here, and then found that out. I said, cool, well, I have kind of misplaced one, so yeah. But once again, got the black version. I think there's other versions as well. There's a clear version, or transparent, and then the American color version, which is on here. It is this is white. One of these is white and the other is red. I thought, that's too plain Jane for me. I want to get something unique, so there you go. You got your Sega Genesis / Mega Drive controller ports there, just 2 of them. Cartridge slot, and the band on here. This is mimicking the Model 1, which I actually have 2 of those actual systems in my collection. Sega Genesis Model 1. You also have a headphone jack, which is on the original Model 1 as well. On the back, Analog logo there, and your HDMI and power inputs, as well as on the bottom a grip so that when whatever surface you put this on, it will not slide around on or possibly fall off. I mean, I guess it could, but designed in the US and UK and made in China. I mean, this is a great little system, and both of these I ordered directly through Analog's website. They run flawlessly. They also run flash carts. I pulled this guy out the other day and played with it, and it works fine. There's updates to both systems that fix, anywhere from color correction to bug fixes for playing certain games with them. I mean, well worth the money. I mean, these aren't, super astronomically priced, and they're not crazy. They don't cost crazy money. So I'd say order one if you don't have the original Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, or Mega Drive, or Sega Genesis. Highly recommend it. And this is my HD solution to playing NES games. This was a purchase I made last year, in the winter of last year. And it is Retro USB's AVS NES console. You have the 4-score right on the front here, built in. Here's the cartridge flap, opens up. Here's your NES cartridge slot and the Famicom slot there. I don't have any Famicom games. Pretty cool. AVS there, etched into the plastic, or AVS logo there. But yeah, this is a great HD solution. It doesn't break the bank. It's inexpensive. I almost ordered one directly on the Retro USB website. Instead, got one at a slight discount off of eBay, and the seller was local too, which is pretty cool. Your power and reset button, as well as power light, which is just like the original, and it's even kind of designed like the original here. You can play your disk drive games right here through this. I think that's for video or power or something, but that's for the disk drive. Then here's your HDMI and power. Comes with all the necessary cables. Now, if you're going to use your disk drive, you're going to want to have the original cable for it. They don't provide it, or at least with mine, it didn't come with it. Mine was slightly used though. But yeah, great HD solution to the NES. The games look very crisp on a high definition television on this baby. Well worth it. Well worth the money, and it's reasonably priced too. So that is my clone console collection. I do have a Retron 5, but that's emulation. These are all hardware emulation systems, and that's why I like them over software emulated devices. Even though that's how I got back into retro gaming, which was on playing emulators on PC. Those were not perfect to me, so I went back to original hardware. So I do thank you guys for watching these videos. If you want to see more, click that subscribe button, and if you want to make a request, go ahead and do so down in the comment section down below of any video, and I will get back to comments and questions as soon as possible.